These are the earrings that we're going to make. And this is the design in a couple of different color combinations. So let's talk about the materials we're going to need. For these earrings, you're going to need 4 8x10mm rondelle crystals, 8 4x6mm rondelle crystals, and 4 3x4mm rondelle crystals. You're also going to need 11 Toho seed beads and 2 6 or 8 seed beads to connect the ear hooks with jump rings. I'm using 2 different colors of 11 Toho seed beads here, but really you can just use one color, so this is optional. Let's get started. I'm using a size 10 needle with 6-pound fire line, and I'm going to start with a stop bead. I string that on and tie it on the end. Then I put on an 8x10 and 2 4x6s, string that on. Do that again, string on an 8x10, followed by 2 4x6mm rondelle crystals. After I've got those strung on, I'm going to go back through all 6 crystals to form a loop. At this point, I don't need the stop bead anymore, so I'll pull that off. And then I'll tie a knot here. Want this to be fairly tight. Then I'm going to go back through the large crystal. Going to add a seed bead and then go through the next 4x6. Then I'll add a 3x4 crystal and go through the next 4x6. Put on one more seed bead and go through the large crystal. Put on another seed bead and go through the 4x6. Add a 3x4mm rondelle crystal and go through the next 4x6. Then I'm going to add a seed bead and go through the large crystal. I actually want to go around one more time to reinforce that, so I'm going through the large crystal and the next seed bead. Following this all around. end this row by going through the last large crystal and the next seed bead. I put on 4 seed beads and go through the top 3x4 crystal. Put 4 more seed beads and go through the top crystal again. Put on 4 more seed beads and go through the next seed bead. Then I'll put on 8 seed beads and go skip the large crystal, go through the next seed bead. Then I'll repeat all that. Put on 4 seed beads and go through the top crystal. Put 4 more seed beads on and go through the top crystal again. Put on 4 seed beads and go through the next seed bead. Then I put on 8 seed beads. I'll skip the large crystal and go through the next seed bead. I'm going to go all the way around the outside again, but I'm going to put a little point on each corner by adding a seed bead there. So I'm going to continue around until I'm coming out of the middle of this top seed bead. So I'm going through 6 seed beads, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Add a seed bead. And then I want to keep going around until I'm coming out of the middle of this. So that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 seed beads. So I'll go through the next 11. 1, 2, 3. 4, 5, 6. 7. 8, 9, 10, 11. Add a seed bead and go through the next 11 seed beads. 1, 2, 3. 4. 5. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Add a seed bead and go through the next 11 seed beads. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Add a seed bead, and then I want to go through the next 10 seed beads. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's so that I'm coming out. There's 3 seed beads at the top here, just before those 3. So going through 10 seed beads. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now here is where I'm going to switch colors. I put on 6 seed beads of the second color, and I'm going to skip the next 3 seed beads and go through and the next 1, 2, 3, 4 seed beads. So I add 3 of the second color seed beads. I skip 1, 2, 3, and I go through the next 2. I put on 6 of the second color seed beads. I'm going to skip the next 3 that are at the tip, 1, 2, 3, and go through the next 2. Put on 3 seed beads of the second color. I skip the next 1, 2, 3, and go through the next 4 seed beads. Put on 6 seed beads, skip the next 3, 1, 2, 3, and go through the next 4 seed beads. Put on 3 seed beads, skip the next 3, and go through the next 2. I put on 6 seed beads. I skip the next 3, 1, 2, 3, and go through the next 2. Add 3 seed beads. Skip the next 3, 1, 2, 3, and go through the next 4. Now I'm going to reinforce that row I just added and add points on all 4 corners. So I'll go through the next 3, outer 3. I'll add a 6 or 8 seed bead. This will be the top of the earring where the jump ring will go through. And I'll go through the next 2. Then I'm going to go back down through the tip of the first color. Back up through these 2 before the 6 by 8 or 6 or 8 seed bead. Go through that large seed bead, and now I go through the bottom, the next 3. Now I'm going to follow it all the way through until I'm coming out of the middle of these 6. Go through the 4 of the first color. The next 3 of the second color. 1, 2, 3. Through the next 2 of the first color. And through 3 of the second color. I'll add a seed bead and go back down through the next 3. Go through, follow it around until I'm coming out of the middle of this 6. So first I'm going to go through the next 2 of the first color, the next 3 of the second color, 1, 2, and 3, going through the next 4 of the first color, and then I'm going to go through 3 of the second color. Add a seed bead, go through the next 2, I'll go back through the tip of the first color, and back up these 2 plus the tip that I just put on, and down 3 more. Now I'm going to follow it all the way around until I'm coming out of the middle of these 6 to make a point there. So I go through the next 4 of the first color, I go through the next 3 of the second color, 1, 2, and 3. Going through the next 2 of the first color, and through the next 3 of the second color. I'll add a seed bead, go through the next 3, and I'll just follow it all the way back through to the top and tie a knot. So go through the next two, first of the first color, the next three of the second color, the next four of the first color, and then I'll go through three here, and down, skipping the large seed bead, going down these three. And I'll tie a knot here. I'm guiding my needle under the thread. Going through the loop once, going through the loop twice, so I can snip both ends, and then I'm ready to attach the ear hook. Just take your jump ring and open it. Feed it through the large seed bead. Add the ear hook. And close it. And that is the finished earring.